futures making that move downside, but still up that 55%. So we'll, that's a good thing about being here. We can keep our hands off for now and then get right back in that once this opens up and will halt. Just want to make sure that we get it the right
that's
way.
halting
So
today.
yeah, this should be halting today. I would think.
I got a dollar says Faraday halts at least. I mean,
Yeah.
one's not even fair. We'd have to give odds for that. I think it halts 3 times today, so I'm gonna whatever. In high school, every bet was $1, just like trading places. But when that happened, 40 came back down underneath on Kraken. I'm short 40 to 42. I got to see what's going on with this Duo stock because my trade ideas cannot be right. This Duo up 300%, but like that can't be right.
Well, no one can see.
Sorry. This can't be right about Duo. 13 billion market cap and 32 million float.
Executed.
They must be making a mistake. Though. I'm going to check a second source because I want to know what the float is on this DUO. It has to be small.
It's a depository, so it's probably
yeah,
right.
but 32 billion?
VRT.
13 billion.
No, but the float, 32. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
32.
skeptical about that. I'm going to check a different source because I think it's a low float name. But Duo is another one of these low runners here. I'm assuming low float, but I'll double check. Penny stock to gap up, doing 22 million volume, so that's pretty solid as well. So put this one on the radar. Though I'm fairly certain it's not. If it is a $13 billion company, then I'm just, I'm a little surprised, that's all. I don't think it is.
DXC.
Yeah, we see a bunch of stuff on this. I mean, 2.5, I see 2.5 million market cap on that, 6 million float. So, I mean, it's a Chinese stock, so yeah, tread lightly is the key to that. Let's talk about Hood here to wrap things up. Bank of America Securities upgrading in a big way this morning. Not only Robinhood, but Coinbase, it's worth noting as well. Positive note from B of A on
ASTS.
Coin. Back to
EXK.
$19 here, going to buy.
Yeah, analyst Craig Siegenthaler there at BOA with a double upgrade from underperforming to buy. Here's what he says. They like this entry much better than the 2021 IPO when they had it rated underperform. Here's why. Rising retail engagement and accelerating organic growth. Number 2, positive operating leverage after large expense reductions. And number 3, attractive valuations following the EBITDA EPS increase. So we'll have to see how they do, but they're getting the nod from BOA.
Yeah, after what's already been a pretty good month here, 73% for Hood.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I've gone over this a couple times. We like Robinhood.
ASTS.
1830 is the big dip zone for me. That was the afternoon short level, and then right up here the higher low was at like 1860. So yesterday's resistance spots, I'm looking for initial longs. The first one will be really tight. Obviously it looks good. The daily chart looks great. All that good stuff. So, I'm down
Executed.
with the Hood today. Up 6%, double or triple upgrade. I don't see any reason not to like it. It just bounced off the 50 period. It's got support on the daily. It's got higher low support. It could even make a breakout soon to fresh highs. It has to get through $20 first, and we're at 19 right now. So, let's go. Robinhood, I'm going to like this one to be sure. And I did double, like that other company, I think Trade ID just had a B instead of an M. Finviz said 32 million, which makes a heck of a lot more sense for a $1.70 stock that was just 50 cents. So that Duo, $32 million company. Trade ID has had the wrong letter. That is all. So watch out for that Duo. You're going to have a lot of these lower float names and smaller names going. But I do like Robinhood, more traditional long.
All right, so we have Robinhood on the sticky note today as well. I wrote down 18, but again, we've just started going upside. So I mean, I would like 1850. Like Neil mentioned, 1830 would be great, but down here to 18 is something.
Some people wake up and check their phones. Check the weather, check the news.
Too bad that I really should have bought this on that meme craziness just because we knew volume would come into the name. But Robinhood, great longs anywhere into here. It's on the sticky note. I have pending orders right now for AMD to go long. I don't know if that's going to fill because now we're all the way up. Like even if we can get 165-ish on AMD, it's had huge moves in the past. I don't know if we're going to get it today to the downside. Look at the market falling down right now, and we're really not catching too many bids. I mean, everything is, we're not catching too many offers, like the bids are holding. Even NVIDIA here just dropping $1 with its kind of a NASDAQ move like this, really strong right now. All the chip names, like AMD is not even, unless it just changed its mind right now. Look.
It's insane.
Look, it going down. I mean, the market is doing this. Well, now the market's going, but either way, this was what's happening to the NASDAQ, and this is what's happening to AMD. So this is a huge long. You just got to find it. And then the other thing, like we hit that 160 yesterday. So, and then we hit it again somewhere else. I think it was 164. I'm not sure. I tried to find that trade. Tesla, I really like this long as well. This is another name that I have. I only have 5 or 6 names on this stick. You know, what about this 172? If we dip back into it, it is red today, so we are trying to be a little careful about sitting around and catching this one, especially if the market is negative. But I like the news. It's on our watch list there for roadmaps there into China for getting data through on full self-drive. So I think that that's a decent story. We'll see if we can catch some Tesla long. And then Faraday, yeah, what's up with that now? It's probably, what is it now? Probably $14. FF.
No, it's still the same place.
Yeah, it's still the same place. Okay. No, way back up for me anyways. Yeah, so there it is. We got stopped out there at 260. Now it's 271, sort of where we were starting this party earlier. So 1 minute to go. What's up, Sharif?
Oh, take 2.
We've been talking about moving average crossovers all week on How to Trade. Today, we'll talk about the limitations of moving averages. So catch that with Adair and I on How to Trade at 11.
It's just for anyone that's looking, Take 2 was down on earnings with a GTA delay or whatever you call it. But breakout now, very, very light volume for TTWO after last night's report through this 150. It's got room to run. I might have trapped this.
You know, that went down to 122, and I was on air, and I was like, Adair, we have to buy this. Why the heck is it at 122? I haven't told that story to my kid last
I think it's like anybody that shorted this on the down move that wanted to hold it overnight has now gotten trapped. And suddenly Take 2 is starting
Market
to
is
rally.
open.
Only seconds ago, sorry, I got
or it is
distracted.
not a trap.
Just ring it now because the market is open. Sorry there, brought to you by Real Trading. The market is open. That was me getting distracted by a stock moving, which is fine because Take 2 was not in my plans, and now I like that 150 level.
AMAT.
But first things first, I was anticipating immediate halt on GameStop.
RDDT.
Do something,
DOCS.
but nothing for them. It's Faraday that might halt to the downside here. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, well, why is it not already halted?
20. It should be very, very soon.
It's got to be close. Got to be close.
I think we want to go short on the halt. I don't know. It's dancing around too much. There, look at that pop right back up into 260. This is not really my style of trading, but it is a heck of a lot of fun to watch out for Faraday futures as it's moving around a little bit. So let's just go over quickly. I still have it up. If I see it halting, I'll try to jump over to it immediately. There is a little bit of a move down here on AMD. So the market does make that move down, and so does AMD. But just trying to get back to VWAP, which is 167. So that could be a good opportunity there for AMD.
Executed.
Like the VWAP or Trace trade. I think I do. So we could try a little bit. Oops, we're now long at 53s as AMD is getting cranked right now. So, all right, let's be patient again. We don't want to get too involved. And I look back and say, why didn't I just buy 164s again? So let's wait to see what happens here with AMD. We are long. It is my new position.
Executed.
The only position I have right now is AMD long 167.34.
RDDT.
So I don't know, man. The way this thing's dancing, we'll see where this goes.
TME.
Yeah, oh my goodness, 50's coming in on Kraken. Very close. Oh my, gotta get over there.
Why is AMD going
Kraken's
down?
trying to break 50. I got my dip buy on Hood, but Kraken's gonna go, and I don't want to miss it by moving my level 2. If it breaks this 50 level, I'm gonna take a breakout on that one. I said I didn't want to fight it if it got to that 50. We had 40 to 42, and now all of a sudden it looks like it's going to break out. No dip buy on Robinhood or yet. Did I get it? No.
There it is.
I did not get filled. Why did I not get filled?
TME.
No breakout yet, or dip buy on Robinhood or Reddit was the other one.
RDDT.
Why? Because Reddit missed me by about 30 cents or
CVAC.
so. It got all the way down to 60, 50,
Here we
60,
go.
60, and now it's at $64.
DELL.
So the Reddit dip, it got close to the 60 level, but just not quite. Absolute insanity over there on Reddit. I'll have to find a dip to buy. We wanted that one long. We didn't get the fill.
Okay. Yeah, Reddit. Look, this is
CVAC.
here we go.
FNGR.
We're long at 167.
PLCE.
Early dollar club winner here
AUTL.
on AMD. let's just wait. We're long at
DUO.
167. We knew we wanted it. We said we'll play the dip into VWAP. We just kept
CRKN.
cranking though. So we didn't
RCRT.
take maximum there, but we did take enough to make that money. We just got a whole bunch out there, 80s, 90s. Let's now see if
YINN.
we can get even higher than that. No more offers for AMD, just lower bids. See if those fill up for us on the low side of things. So first of all, I think there's something broken on
RDDT.
Faraday because it should have halted already. It is just
It could have
tanking
halted
down.
twice.
It should have halted. So I don't really know what
Executed.
to tell everybody. I was waiting
DUO.
for it to halt, and I was right here.
IPW.
We were 100% right on waiting for a halt short. It already should have halted like at
BNRG.
240s. Because when
RCRT.
it dropped, I mean, it's 10%, right? I mean, this is
It's
down
not a penny
40%.
stock.
So it should have already halted. I don't know
JD.
what's going on. Maybe it takes a day or two to get
DOCS.
used to whatever the new rules are on
CLSK.
this stock. But right now, Faraday futures to the
BIDU.
downside right now. So we'll have to watch out for that. GME is coming into 20. So look, we're just watching out for AMD. AMD has been a good trade for us. Really 1 for 1. I mean, we lost in the pre-market on Faraday, but so far what we've taken here today has been so far so good. GameStop
HKD.
is making that move into 20. We did talk about watching out for that. Let's check out its brother in crime, AMC, to the downside as well, but not nearly
BNRG.
moving the way GME is right now,
RCRT.
trying to test on that
JDZG.
news, right? So here comes AMD
GOOGL.
back in again. Remember, the market
GOOG.
right now is, getting clocked. So we're waiting at 166 to get a fill down there. It looks like it just missed us again, but I am not, like I said, good outs. I mean, we spun it for the dollar club.
CPRT.
We were almost out of it. We're still up on the stock despite holding this 50 cents against us. So that's how much we took out on the upside. But right now, it is trying to pull back in a little bit, just a little bit into
JDZG.
VWAP right there, and then into the 200 period of 166. So let's try it down there. Will Faraday halt to the upside now? Like, I feel like if this was...
How could you not halt it down, but then you
CNN.
halt it up?
If they're not, it's not going to halt anyways. I'm just saying, like, it went from 215 there, whatever that low was, to 220,
IPW.
now back up to 247. So right there, that's 10%. So
CNN.
anyways, new moves there happening. We are now long in the hood
QCOM.
right here. So let's see what happens with Robinhood. Long at 52s right now. Take advantage of that.
DOCS.
We're going to go 2 for 2 right now.
CPRT.
Spin some cash around.
PYPL.
There's Robinhood. And here's AMC right back up again. So we
MU.
did buy the dip on AMC. Let's go.
WETH.
Can we get this up to
BCAN.
168? Oh, it's another dollar club off that dip buy again. So
RCRT.
I don't know what's going on over there, Neil, but we're pretty busy just with these two names. It's Robinhood, it's AMD,
AMC.
and it's a due
Executed.
for 2 day to start.
DXC.
2 for 3 with Faraday.
So, not Faraday. Sorry, I'm in AMD.
CPRT.
I am in
Wow.
hood off this bottom as well, but I have had Faraday on every single one of the 50 breaks. I said I'd take multiple swings at it, which is usually means I'm going to take 3 swings at it. It went up to as
DESP.
high as 56. This time it's at 54. I'm scalping half out to the high and then see how far it can go. The rule for penny stocks, this one I know 'cause we
Executed.
looked it up yesterday.
Executed.
It has to move
Executed.
75 cents.
Executed.
Sorry,
Executed.
75% or
Executed.
15 cents
Executed.
in 5 minutes.
Executed.
That's the whole
Executed.
thing. It really
Executed.
has to go to
Executed.
any kind of a halt. I'm
Executed.
not expecting it to do
Executed.
that. If it's back
Executed.
under 50, I'm just gonna
Executed.
get out. AMD is
Executed.
off to the
Executed.
races.
Hood is
Executed.
off.
It's off to 160s.
OUST.
Robinhood is just still chilling at the bottom.
Yeah. Go AMD. AMD right now, guys, $2 almost now in the money. We talked about it. It is your #1 idea again on the trade list, on your sticky note. The
JDZG.
#1 idea is
CPRT.
running to the
ASTS.
moon. Let's go.
DXC.
That's AMD. We're back in the building. We did it yesterday, Neil.
RCRT.
We're doing it again today, right now, immediately in the money, $2. Let's keep going to the
CRKN.
upside now. What a good day to trade so far, man. Robinhood, this is not really moving. We got a good
XIN.
piece out there on the upside. But
OUST.
for right now, there
Executed.
it is. That's the face slapper of the day right there. It's AMD. Believe in your trades, and you can have this happen. We did not believe in
ASTS.
Faraday though.
DXC.
Getting out of that in the pre-market as that just
JDZG.
dips down and right back to pre-market levels in the 70s again.
RCRT.
But AMD is lit up
FFIE.
and it's on one, and we're feeling pretty good again right now as it is now, Neil, $3 in the
CRKN.
money. It's rocking and rolling. Faraday's 290, halting up right now.
XIN.
Faraday futures is rocking right there, 295. Geez, Faraday.
FLJ.
Now you're going to halt, and I was
QCOM.
not able able to get that
I didn't
long.
get it. Do you
What
get
a
anything?
move upside
No?
for no, I don't have it. For Faraday, huge move there. That sucks,
JDZG.
man. We were all over that. I sat there, I was
OUST.
watching it. I tried to get long on that, but you know what, man?
FFIE.
It's all good up in this hood. Robinhood
GME.
trying to go AMD $3. What a great morning. Man, do I love
CRKN.
this job. What's up,
JMIA.
Adara?
Space Mobile is up now for the third day in a row. Nice move up for this one yesterday. They had earnings and they also
FLJ.
announced a definitive commercial agreement with AT&T.
ASTS.
Now today, in addition to having a 12.8% short float, getting a price target increase from Deutsche Bank from 19 to 23. So not at all a bad look for this stock, currently trading below $5, guys.
Like the
DXC.
second Sean said Faraday's going into a halt, I had the level 2 up ready to go. I went right over, I think as fast as humanly possible, and got on the bid, and I didn't get a fill. Yesterday, you were getting halt fills, not today, unfortunately. It is what it is, man. But we'll see where it opens up. It's indicating 298 when halted
JMIA.
295. Kraken just tagged 60, so that one's powering into the upside. And not Kraken. Crown, I'm just gonna, this is ridiculous. Crown is making a move to the upside. It just got to 60. If it breaks through 60, 80 on the daily, and $1 is $1 every single time. But watch out. It's generally speaking, yesterday was following FFIE. So if Faraday opens up and fails $3, I'd expect that CRKN will
BWEN.
pull back as well. So if it gets
ASTS.
under 50 again, I'm stopping out. I've taken 80% out of the position, and now we're just going to hold. Duo is also halted. It's halted twice. Duo halted up, then
QCOM.
Duo halted down. It's still at $1.63, so it's right in the opening range. That's absolutely hilarious. It's like it hasn't gone anywhere.
DXC.
GameStop. Well, I mean, I thought this would be the day there'd be more volatility in GameStop. At the open, I would be dead wrong. It's hasn't really done much. Pretty much a nothing burger
INTJ.
for them. We haven't talked about this
IPW.
name, and I wanted to get quickly over to Tesla. I actually liked a short on Tesla 176. We didn't get to it. It was just yesterday's high. But looks like we're not going to see that today because this is absolutely tanking. I got out of AMD in that melee right in front of the 169. Like it wicked this top, came back in. I'm looking VWAP retrace
VMTX.
168 if it can hold on AMD.
All right, we have done really well here on Robinhood again today, man. I mean, we're just gonna go 2 for 2 with our ideas.
OUST.
Robinhood, and then honestly, holding Faraday, we had talked about it, just didn't do it. So that was paper-handed, I guess, by me. But we were out in the pre-market, just waiting to trade it in the open market, and just didn't get opportunity, so we're a little bit sad about it. But I know you'd gotten out of your Robinhood, but it's still starting to go up to the upside a little bit right now.
IPW.
So let's just be a little patient with it. I still do have more bids here, but so far so good on
JMIA.
Robinhood. I mean, not really
EBS.
moving around too much. We've already cashed out. We only have 10% left of AMD. We just got a 169 fill. So I mean, honestly, that's, for me, we're pretty happy with today so far. And then GME got pretty low. It didn't get exactly to our 120 level, but it came pretty close, man. It came to 2060.
Duo
So
halted.
I mean, again, like
DUO
I
will
said,
resume
that's
at 9
not too
hours,
far
43
away
minutes,
if
and
you're taking
35
that shot.
seconds.
Like that was the
FFIE halted.
pre-market bottom. So
FFIE will resume at
holding and
9
making
hours,
a lot of
42
sense
minutes,
there.
and JMIA.
FFIE should open up momentarily.
MDJH
What's up,
halted.
Adara?
MDJH will
Yeah,
resume at 9
Panda
hours,
here.
45
This is
minutes,
a
and 59
marijuana company
seconds.
based in
Brent
Europe.
halted.
Penny stock here,
RENT will
shopping and
resume
trading
at 9
right now,
hours,
still up,
43
though,
minutes,
about
and 47 seconds.
150%, trading around that 35 penny area right now, AKAN, guys.
I might just get out of AMD.
Yeah, so 1 minute to go until the reopen of FFIE.
IPW.
CRKN does not hold the 50 level the first time through.
FFIE may
Came
resume
right
in
back
less than a minute.
out. VWAP sits at like 46 or 45.
Yes, Robinhood.
So I want to get some down here if it gets to the 45 level. And then Reddit was the other
JMIA.
one. Reddit flying. It's now starting to bounce off VWAP itself. So a little bit of a hold of VWAP on Reddit. We didn't get the dip buy at 60 because it went to like 60, 70 or something like that.
INTJ.
Didn't quite give me the fill, but I'm looking for that long back into VWAP on them. And then we're going to get the reopen. Well, I'm not in the position, but I mean, reopen on FFI is coming in. I did want the halt trade, but no fill. It should open up any second now.
All right, we got out of AMD. Whether or not that's silly or not, it's a monster move for me, and it's a great P&L.
JMIA.
So we will trade that out. The market's trying to get to the downside. I'll just reload it. Let's just get out. It's a small enough position that it won't kill us either way. Robinhood is
DUO may
really,
resume in less than a minute.
money in the
CGC.
bank right now. It just made that huge move to
INTJ.
75, and we took some out.
OUST.
So that was a great move for us.
AFRM.
FFIE, it's a good thing we didn't take the long, I guess, off,
RENT
off
may
that
resume
halt
in
because
less
it went
than a
to
minute.
the downside. All right, but now it's kind of flat. Now it's
IPW.
retracing back down
NXT.
in. It looks like it's trying to ramp back
High
up
3.
for another break here in and around that $3 mark. So I think it's probably worth a break long,
3 long break.
at
Whoa,
3. So
what was that?
yeah, these are
JMIA.
these little flushes that keep happening here. Down in it, so probably halt down now. Like I look at this stock, 250, 260, 240.
Bye-bye.
Where's the halt down? That should have halted.
JDZG.
What, $3 to 250?
It has to be on the penny stock halt rule.
Maybe it only halts up. I don't know.
It doesn't make any 220 to 2.
It might be a rule. I mean, I don't. I'm being dead serious. I don't know. I mean, why did that not? It would make sense. It only halts up actually because it wants to give people a chance to get out on the downside. Maybe I don't know. But here it goes again.
OUST.
It's gonna break $3
FFIE.
and then probably
NNA.
make a decision after that. Like what we wind up doing here at 3. Look at that move right back
XIN.
in again on FFIE.
I had it set for the break. So I'm
BCAN.
just sitting there like, okay, I'm going to take it, immediately throw a stop. When things slow down, I'm
JDZG.
going to reread that halt thing.
Good out on
But
AMD,
not
by
right
the way,
now.
guys.
AMD's back to that 67. I'm
Look
with a
at
bid
that
of
out.
66 on AMD. And if FFIE halts to the downside, I'm not short crack. I'm not in Kraken anymore or Crown. If we go downside on FFIE halt down, I'm going short CRKN. But I'm not in that position. I think we need to refresh.
I really have to make sure that everybody understands that, like, I'm not spinning the dollar club
OUST.
now, but I just made
BCAN.
$1 because I got out. I just made $1.50 because you get out of this trade. Like, I got out at 168.40 thinking
PWM.
that this was going to get weaker. And so now that we're out at 168.40, I'm not holding this all the $2 now. So spin it anyways. All right, Christopher Mullen, there you go. Let's put some respect on the trading game because this is not an easy game, you know. And I just want to say, you know, appreciate everybody out there that's watching. Like even just to take the trades that we've done today. I mean, it hasn't been many, but they've been good. So I mean, that's all. Well, 2 for 2, right? I mean, we talked about Faraday and
JDZG.
you know in the pre-market.
RENT.
I mean, just bouncing around. I don't feel like we got nailed there too badly. But there it is, 290 coming back in on Faraday again. We can look at some other stocks. I mean, if that breaks 3, I'm long. So if that happens, that happens. We were looking to get short on Tesla, or sorry, long on Tesla actually, 172. So we don't have that coming in yet. Although we wrote down 172. Long AMD, long hood. Yep, that's correct. Tesla 172 or 176 break. So for right now, we don't have any of that. But look at Robinhood. That is the one. We're spinning it for Robinhood right there, and we're spinning it for AMD. Although we just got long AMD, I'm going to get out. That was an offer that we did not mean to have down there at 166. So I'm out of AMD there. Let's spin it for the mistake. And get out. But Robinhood is what we really got to deal with right now. Man, this has been a good morning. AMD long, Robinhood long, exactly as we wrote down here on the sticky note. It's great when your plan, Neil, comes into action. And that's it exactly. I know you were looking at Robinhood. We've got Robinhood. It's been a good day here for once again. Let me say Robinhood one more time.
Hood in the hood, absolutely chilling.
What am I doing
I
with
just
all
got
these
back
bids?
into AMD as well, so I guess AMD came all the way back into
RIBN.
166. Yeah, it doesn't even hold. So like I covered when it failed the 169 level, but now that it's under
DESP.
166, I like
SOXS.
65. I like 63. We're tanking in here now
yeah.
on AMD.
What a good out that was. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
69 was a great, like that, it wicked that
Holy.
top, got to almost 170, and then a flush. Again, in chip space,
CGC.
I flipped right over to ARM because that was a dog the entire day when the rest were strong. So if we're going to head to the downside today, this is the chip name that I want to short. Back into VWAP, that one I know for sure.
GOEV.
NVAX.
RIBN.
I just saw someone throw that in. Okay, nothing. I have a breakout 15 set on NVAX. When I saw someone put it in there, I was like, oh, are we going to get that fill?
I don't really want to.
You're now down at 1380. My rule is if it's 10% away from a
VCAN.
breakout price, I'm canceling the order
VKTX.
because I don't want to get filled
VWEN.
on something moving that far, that
VWEN.
fast. So I'm going to get out. I'm going to cancel that order. We'll move on to the next. FFIE is now at 275, so it's not breaking out, obviously. You know, that's starting to come back in pretty heavily. I'm going to cancel that order to take
Look
the
at
free break.
Robinhood.
That's what we wanted. Here comes that VWAP on Reddit. I'm just going to get a piece at 64. It doesn't seem to want to get into VWAP anymore. So I want to give this down to like 63 4 and get
GUO may
CAPR
resume
for
in
the
less
first
than a
time.
minute.
We did miss the
VKTX.
16 dip buy, so I have to fail on myself
BCAN.
for that. Adara.
We have Greenwave Technology Solutions. This is another day 2
RCRT.
meme-related play. We also saw this in
HOOD.
ASTS, but we have GWAV
RDDT.
up about 67% right now. Not a super small float, only 0.8% short float, so not significant there either, but seeing some attention on social media. This one is a penny stock, guys.
EA. RIVN.
We say this more and more and more, but look at Robinhood. This is
AMC.
70 cents in the money now, off of a real easy long, man.
Executed.
I mean, it didn't even, for me, 1850. We sat there, we took it.
RCRT.
We talked about wanting to get these levels. So that was a really good level there. We are also in Who's Ready? Who's Ready? Not Ramin. Apparently nobody else. We're ready for GME. Let's
HOD.
go. There it is, an instant 50-cent winner on GME. Let's go. This is, again,
BTOG.
another sticky note level
CTNT.
given to you. Let's see what happens here again. We'll take another piece out, and then
AMC.
that's to be the last offer, and then we'll see about going up to the upside right there for GME. It hasn't moved that much, but we'll take a bid right here. Long at 39s. We'll get some out here at 75. There it goes back up to the upside. Man, oh man, if we can go 4 for 4 or 3 for 3.
AMC that's going.
Yeah, GME's going perfectly good over here too, man. 35 cents starting to go. What trade you got on AMC over there?
HOOD.
It hasn't broken out yet, but the
IRBT.
AMC, everyone in the chat's talking
FUTU.
about AMC, so I've mentioned it's going in tandem. I'm still glued to FFIE because I'm
go,
not missing that
GameStop,
one if it
baby.
breaks to the upside.
AMC.
And we want that Reddit trade, do not want to
ONON.
chase. And
Thanks,
AMD,
man.
I'm not getting
MAXN.
away from you. It's still holding on to this bottom. It hasn't tagged 165 yet, but it could put in a higher low back at that 166 pre-market bottom. If it makes the wick, holds 66, then I want to jump back into it. Otherwise, we're waiting for that
GCT.
165 spot. You're now starting to get a bit of a move down in CRKN
go.
alongside of FFIE right into that 40 level. So this could be a nice little dip off 40. I was short 40 to 42 a couple
AMC.
times, bouncing off of 40, looking pretty solid for CRKN.
IGC.
All right.
SOXS.
Yeah, you guys could see real trading happening. Basically, AMD dip buys, that's a pretty easy optionable kind of trade for everybody there. We really made that money early on AMD. That was a pretty easy one for most people, I hope. And then we wrote down GameStop at 20. So we have that price. So right there, it's nicely in the
MAXN.
money now, almost $1.
RDDT.
Well, it is basically $1. Just needs one more push. Right now, 90 cents in the money on that. And then again, the trade that just fell into our lap
ONON.
was Robinhood. So that name continues to go. So yeah, man. I mean, this is another one of those days setting up for us. We'll go 3 for 3 here to start. And
JDZG.
yeah, hopefully another one of those days.
DESP.
So we're going to wait to see what happens on GameStop. I'm offering right here at the 50-period moving average just to get another piece out again. I feel like you got to take
MAXN.
some profit at some point as there goes GameStop right there
EA.
back up to the upside. I'm with you guys. I'm with you. So let's see what happens right now there. Yeah, 30 cents, 20 FIE, GameStop.
It's holding nice.
Yeah, it's holding real nice. And then there's Robinhood. Again, that was a real, for me, a pretty good deal right there on Robinhood coming through here. So we'll have all of them on board. GameStop coming back in. Watch out for a 20 break. And then we
IRBT.
gonzo on that one. On that just reminds me of someone put in the chat
I
about
love
JDZG.
Gonzo. So Gonzo's one of my favorite characters. So Crown bounces off VWAP, but it's a crazy wick off VWAP, but back above the 46 level, scalping some out into 50, then 51s. I got eyeballs on FFIE, because if FIE comes down anymore, this is probably going to dump alongside of it. But yesterday we were looking at VWAP retraces when
HOD.
both of these names tanked, so we go back over to that well. And then Reddit, oh, I know what I did. Yeah, Reddit just bounced off 64. I kind of keystroked out of all of it at 64.6. So I'm just going to jump right back on the bid where I got out. We want the long in this. Stair step to the upside on
KUKE
Reddit up
halted.
15%.
KUKE
Gotta
will
watch
resume at
out
9
for
hours,
AMD
56 minutes and
because
56
NVIDIA
seconds.
just keeps on going lower. Now red and underneath
JDZG.
$940 for now. So I want that to
ONON.
show some strength before I get into AMD again.
HOD.
FFIE
GCT.
is still trying
BYND.
to break 3. So as long as it holds VWAP, I'm taking the 3 break. If it fails VWAP, I probably punch out of Crown and I cancel this order. But I feel like this 3 level is going to make that. Like, it's holding up so well, I'd be very surprised if it didn't consolidate, break once again. So I'm back into Reddit, but this is, to me, just getting back into the shares that we keystroked out of. The idea was long off 64, but I just re-entered where I got out. Let's go to Adair.
Just be aware here on holdings, ONON. This went up about 4.5% here. Really strong volume pop that I'm seeing. Not seeing any news on this right now, though I am still looking. But they reported earlier this week, they have a short float of just over 10%. So keep an eye on ONON. I'll let you guys know if there's any news on this move.
JDZG.
All right, thank you, Adara, for that one on ONON. All right, I'm going to give Intel a little bit of room, but not a whole heck of a lot. I do want to short
OUST.
it here. So we are starting to short. So our first short position on the day right now is going to be on Intel, down 0.48.
Get 'em.
You know, want to try to get it short. We'll see if it works out for us or not. But right now, Intel short, just against VWAP. I mean, VWAP's right there at 31.95. We'll take a little bit, or whatever, 31.94. We'll take a little bit more right there, and then we'll see what happens up here at the 200 period. So, yeah, I mean, this could blow up.
ARRY.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the market's finally dipping down and trying to catch that bid. We've seen it be so resilient over
IOV.
many
Executed.
months, it seems like now, for the NASDAQ as it just keeps on making those moves. We are reloaded up, I guess, on GameStop. So here we go. We're long at 35 again. Trying to go this, again, we break through 20. It's going to slam down, and we're going to get out. And I don't think the slippage should be too bad on a $20 name. So we just have a market order to get us out. A little bit lower, not just on the initial break. Couple dimes lower than that, and we'll get out to see if that does work. But right now,
SOXS.
GameStop reloaded position
GCT.
down here. Our only
ARRY.
outs were at 75, and we had
BCAN.
2 of them up there. So here we go. Let's see if we can get going again on this one. Intel just went in for the money a little bit.
DXC.
Robinhood, a big trade today, man. Upside for Robinhood. Feeling like getting some out now, though, or maybe just clearing the position, as I am bias short right now, as you can tell, as we just loaded up Intel. But GameStop is a different story. Come on, GameStop, let's go. Maybe we get back into the 70s. We're trying to take another out in that range,
SOXS.
and then we'll see what happens after that. So let's go GameStop. A little bit of a move
GCT.
upside here now. Let's take some more money out on this name.
Duo halted.
We may be a little bit of a
DUO will resume
robot,
at
but
9
hopefully a
hours,
successful
59
one.
minutes and 32
so go
seconds.
GameStop. Get us out there in the 60s and 70s.
It's
which
your birthday.
Yeah, which it might not be its birthday yet, but let's
HOOD.
go GameStop. It is your birthday.
BROG.
We are going to party,
I like the Intel
but if it
short.
doesn't break,
No, I like the Intel short because I'm
Yeah.
looking at those chips. They're all getting shellacked.
Yeah.
AMD's up 1.8%, but they're all trend down right now. Nasty. I went over to look at ARM. I looked at the stock. I brought it up, and it went down like $2. That stock's absolutely tanking. Reddit's holding on to VWAP. So
KUK, you
that's
may
where
resume
I've
in less
been,
than a
like
minute.
Reddit, VWAP. It's gotten to 65. It's gotten to 65 halves. We've been
UEC.
scalping it in here and then trying to hold for a break of the high as that continues to go up. As the market, by the way, is not cooperating at all. So there's your NASDAQ. We're right back in. I guess I drew a line of support here at 18,625 just for myself on that little wick overnight. But yeah, we're right testing that overnight support on the market, which is not bullish if we break it. Checks notes, still true. So Reddit's looking good. CRKN
SOXS.
is probably going to give it up
DXC.
at the same time that FFIE does.
UEC.
FFIE is trying to hold on to 260,
SNSE.
and this is trying to hold on to
INHD.
VWAP in here. So the only
BCAN.
longs we got are in a penny stock and Reddit, which has fantastic news. I do want ARM short, but as I said, I went over to even
HOD.
look at the stock, and yuck, it just tanked one more time. First available pop, I think, for that one. And Coinbase 200 is not in play yet. But remember yesterday, I was like, yeah, 200 break on Coinbase, and then stared at it not breaking.
SOXS.
Back in play.
guys, we're 5+% in the money on Robinhood as well from the bottom. So that's a big trade for us. And then, by the way, I mean, we just put on Intel. That's a dime right now. We'll see if it gets more than that. And then, look, I mean, I'm with you. Whoever
BCAN.
just said, look, Sean, I'm not sure about that GME trade. Nor am I. I mean, this is part of the game, right? I mean, that's why we trade AMD for $2 winner today. That's why we traded GameStop
DESP.
in and out already. That's
UEC.
why we have Robinhood 75 cents in the money. You put your risk on the line every
SOXS.
single day when you step in these doors, right? And so I'm completely
GDRX.
fine doing that. This is what we do. So look at this long. We took it, we got out, and then we had resting bids there that we made a mistake on, so we were able to get in and out of those. One for a mistake and then one for a little flat there. But here it comes back into the downside. And guess what's happening right now? I mean, Intel is the newest money maker. We just told you about Intel. So there it goes. Nice downside movement today again. Seems to be a pretty good day, other than Faraday. We'll have one red mark.
Faraday just broke.
Yeah, so we'll have one red mark today, Faraday. That's it. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 with pre-market L on Faraday. But yeah, so far so good here in the open market. And let's just keep doing what we do best, and that is make a little bit of scratch around here. 1920 maybe a good out there for Robinhood. I mean, hey, look, we are that moving more than I thought.
DUL may
it would
resume
already,
in less
so,
than a minute.
We'll see if we get an out there if it comes back up to the upside. Robinhood, just a small piece left on that one, about 10%. And then Intel will get a little bit more out as well. But really, GameStop, we'll wait to see if we get that 70, Phil.
So when Faraday broke 260, I punched out. I said I would do it at VWAP on CRKN because I didn't want Faraday like halting or something, and then I get stuck in this. So we get out just like 60, well, half a cent underneath break even on that trade. If it holds VWAP, I might jump back into this, but they're looking a little bit weak right now. And they say they, I'm talking about Crown and FFIE. Though once more, it's wicked $2.60 and come right back. So this is not the first time it did it. At 9:30, it was a much bigger move to the downside we all saw, but it's right back above VWAP. So when that happened, my breakout's still there. I mean, it's still holding technically around VWAP, so that $3 break is very much in place. If it goes through there, you still.
There's GameStop.
Reddit is sort of chilling out right now. I got an offer. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just have
SG.
people. I got filled on GameStop. Keep going.
No, I'm
GIRX.
going to get an offer at the high of the day on Reddit, but it's not going to be like this pre-market nonsense high. It's going to be up here at 65 and a half, because it feels like it's getting a little bit heavy on the top on this name. But looking for the next play to hopefully be this FFIE break. Let's go.
Happening now, numbers.
Yeah, we did just get this CB leading index month over month coming in here, negative 0.6, so lower than the previous, and consensus of negative 0.3 here. Market not reacting too much to this, still kind of on that curl. SPY near flat, NASDAQ slightly lower today. We do have a lot of Fed speak to keep an eye on here heading into the rest of the week as well. We're going to be getting Fed's Waller and Kashkari at 10:15. Kashkari, definitely one to note. He has moved the market, especially recently, given that he's a little bit more cautious and hawkish. We'll also have Fed's Daily coming in here at 12:15, so keep an eye on the Fed speak. We'll also, other stocks keep an eye on here. We have Boeing on watch. Not doing too much right now, but they're having their annual shareholders meeting at 11 a.m. Eastern time in 1 hour. Will be voting on Dave Calhoun's CEO's retention of his board status. We also have Take-Two here, initially trading to the downside because they did limit or they have a decrease in bookings, but they did beat both sales and EPS estimates. So nice look here for TTWO.
All right, thank you, Adair. We'll come back to a little bit of one of these because we're spinning it again. What's up? Where's my apes at right now? We put down on the sticky note $20 and we're brave enough to take it twice. So let's see what happens now. Back up to the upside. P&L number 1 today's AMD. P&L number 2 will be GameStop. Well, maybe Robinhood. Robinhood right now. GameStop temporary as the P&L keeps changing. So we'll wait to see what happens here with GameStop. Back up to 21. There's
Executed.
Our fill at 70. Like we said again, we'll see if we can get that. Robinhood is falling back in a little bit here. I'm still just going to hold it. It's not a huge piece. Let's see if we get back up to 9. That was a mistake not getting out on that shelf break. So we sort of got a little greedy on that one. We should have done that. We did get some out there on Intel. But as you could see, we're only out at 70% or 30% of this one. As you can see, the market took that number well. Nice little move back up to the upside. Crypto still 66,000. And yeah, we're pretty good, man. We're pretty happy with everything so far. It's been a pretty good day, needless to say. Let's just wait to see what happens now with GameStop, as that's the only real position that's kind of holding in the balance right now, and that's going to be GameStop.
Yeah, so like that number maybe, just maybe, helped AMD make a bottom. We'll see. It bounced twice off 165. I kind of wanted to wait for the number before just sitting on the bid, so it bounced 65, and then after the number, got the long here 18s, going to try to do some scalping off of that level. Coinbase, I just realized I don't have my order for the Coinbase break of 200, so I'm going to get that locked and loaded. I want to be short on Coinbase through the $200 level. So I'm going to get a stop order for a breakdown on that stock. Hasn't happened just yet. FFIE, I'll let you guys know if it makes that run to $3. At this point, it's almost a nothing burger for FFIE. I thought there'd be a little bit more juice to that one and more exciting. Tesla is now starting to make a run to the upside. Don't want to sleep on Tesla. Remember 176?
IRN.
It was 175.80 or so was yesterday's high. Let's look to see that get taken today. I'm probably going to short it first before any kind of a breakout. So Reddit going, AMD going, and ARM, is it going to give me an opportunity to short? You just said the market's coming back up. I look over at ARM. It's not even.
It's not?
This stock doesn't bounce. I think it did this the other day too. Like it's just not bouncing anywhere. Like I'm thinking VWAP retracement on it, but you can't do a VWAP retracement if it never gets within $1 of VWAP. Like that's ridiculous.
So what I'm noticing right now is like I just said, okay, what short do I like? Because I didn't write down any shorts on here today. Normally I try to get an idea to look over in case the market doesn't move like this. But at the same time, the short that we currently have is currently a problem. But by problem, I mean 10 cents, but we have more shares. Okay, well, now it's going to break, so now I got to get ready. Okay, yeah. So our break is up there at 32.10. So, let's just, where's my price? So we have some shares here. It's not a great position. Obviously, we've talked about where Intel looks like it's trying to go right now, and it's trying to go upside. It did break through there. So this looks like, although good call, you're long AMD. So yeah, so it seems like we're starting to get a little bit of a bounce back here in some of these chip names. I mean, I didn't think Intel would do this kind of a move. So
AMD just reversed again.
Just reversed. Okay, well we have we have a problem here. So Intel, I think it was Obi the last time. Maybe that was on the show, and we were like digging into Intel, and then it didn't work out for us. But right now, it looks like it wants to go higher. Remember, they had some good news there with. It wasn't Alabama, but it was one of those states the other day. And then they had something, no, sorry, it wasn't a state. Private equity or something, right? Came in.
They've got some extra funding, but they got the last of the money from the CHIPS Act has come to them. It's only going to go to the smaller names now because all that's been doled out. This is insane. Like ARM can't. I'm going to try shorting ARM off of 112. Because like, how can anything be this relatively weak when the market's bouncing and the chips are bouncing? Like AMD's at back underneath 166, but at 65.7, 65.8, and this can't even go 50 to 60 cents up. So I'm gonna get on the offer to this local high. Short the available pop, not the one that you're hoping for. So that'll be 112. I just want to get a stop order out there. 112 like 20s, and then we're good to go. FFIE starting to bounce. We talked about Tesla already for everybody. Palantir apparently is also. Yeah,
Palantir is trying to go pretty hard here.
Is it
at people? Yet? It's already through 22. Yeah, Palantir is like, hello. Nice move to the upside there for PLTR, continuing to go up 22.15, 22.05. I mean, good move. Obviously. I mean, I don't want to say obviously there's not a story, but I didn't hear any stories so far. But it is a nice move up there for PLTR. It's going, so watch out for it. We had it written down yesterday, 21.50 or something like that, 21.30. We've been buying that dip, but for right now, Palantir continues to go to the upside. Thank you so much, Rob, for that one as well. Wow. Okay, here goes GameStop right now, trying to break through 21. So I don't know. Maybe we take another piece out right now. It's a good stock. I mean, we're waiting for this to get going here. Hopefully it does. Let's see if GameStop can break higher. I'm not, like Faraday's got people's attention, obviously at 200 million.
It's about to break.
Yeah, I see where Faraday is right now. I've actually canceled my $3 bid right now, breaking through that. AMC 470, not much. Yeah, it might be great. Not much happening on AMC. So, okay, here we go. So there's GameStop breaking through 21. This is going to be a good trade, hopefully for us, but still not over yet. We're at 21.60s upside for GameStop. Let's see if that goes. Intel does make a move back in a little bit here. I am.
AMD's breaking lower.
Okay, I'm not. I was going to say I'm overexposed.
AMD just lost 165. I'm out of AMD, and I'm still chasing ARM short, and it looks like a 111 break now on ARM. As the chips are starting to, like NVIDIA is at the low of the day right now. The chips are going to the downside. Here comes FFIE. I just want to make sure, okay, I got my order set. I'm good to go there. First available pop, as I said, on ARM is what I want, and the just
WLGS
111.14. So I guess I'm trying to short back into like the half on ARM. It's going to have to be that or nothing. And then Coinbase is at 200 as well. So Coinbase very close to that $200 level. And I just realized, I swore I threw my stop order in there to go short, and now I don't see it. Probably
Right.
accidentally can't. You know what?
ARM?
No, I know what happened.
Shit, like, why am I short Intel when everything else is tanking? Like, again, all I'm doing is choosing the wrong names again, and I'm starting to get frustrated with it. Like, if I had just shorted AMD when I started shorting Intel, I mean, look what would have happened. We'd now be $2 in the money, and instead, I can't even get Intel to go anywhere. Look, it just failed
AMC.
off 21.20. We're going to try to get some out at 21.20 if we're able to do that on GME. But for right now, I'm really upset about Intel, honestly. Like, this name should fall. So let's see. We just took some out at 98, basically out 10%. I'm just not happy with it. Let's see if it goes. We're short right here at 97. Maybe we'll take out a little bit more now. It's not going, so I'll take out another 10% here at 98 again. And then just hold. I mean, hopefully, I'm on a gateway that pays me, so it has to break it. Oh, man. Come on,
AGBA.
GME. That's just, I'm
AMC.
honestly, because of this.
HOLO.
Look at this. Look at AMD continuously going. Come on, Intel. All right, Adara, let's go. I can't stand this anymore. What's up?
AD
LSDI.
having a nice move to the upside. Not only is this a day
ASTS.
2 earnings move, but they also got quite a few positive analyst notes. Upgrade from Macquarie. We also had price target increases from the likes of Morgan Stanley, Barclays. So nice move up here for JD, getting a nice little pop in volume in that last 3-minute candle, guys.
Good look for them. I just saw Reddit just came out. So Reddit gives up VWAP. I mean, everything is looking downside all of a sudden. So
Almost
Reddit
everything,
almost
almost
everything. I mean, look at things that might follow the market.
Not Intel for some reason. Come on, Sean.
Well, yeah, so it
AMC.
scalped to 65. I said I was going to get out here if it
TYG.
made another press into 65.50. You can see that it did not do that. We're out underneath VWAP. I guess, I mean, Coinbase barely broke, but it did break, so I'm short at 98, which if you're short at
LSDI.
98 on Coinbase, that tells you it barely went. So it barely got underneath, and I think the low print was 80s. I'm not going to give this a lot of room because the momentum usually should have this work right away. I'm going to get out here at 50, and I'll join the short at like VWAP or something again, because that's all the way at like 203.
AMC.
FFIE is still doing absolutely nothing. It is ridiculous. It's at 280. I'll let you guys know, but I just wanted to track that Coinbase. Usually you give it more room, but when it went through to get a
CVAC.
98 fill, that means the bid was there instantly on the $200 break, which I'm not a huge fan of. So we're out of that. I'm still not in ARM, as it's okay. Here's an actual green candle on ARM, so this could be the next available pop to at least attempt a short trade on this name. It gets down 3%, and
AMC.
there's been 3 green candles, and neither one of them is more than like 30 or 40 cents.
All right, I'm just gonna say salutes to everybody that had Robinhood with me because Robinhood was a sticky note name. It just came right back up to the upside. It's a banger. It's a money trade. So we're gonna do that right now. Look at Robinhood. I mean, what else? What else today? It does exactly what we thought it would. Coming back in, we sit there at 1850. We didn't get our full position, but
REBN.
we got enough of it. So
HOLO.
that was a good one
AMC.
there. As we're just gonna watch out to see what happens right now with. Basically Intel. That would be it. Oh, and by the way, Ape's got to eat too. So right there, we did take another piece out on GameStop. Bang! Right now. Now more than $1 in the money off of our posted sticky note level. So again, good day so far here. GameStop, not only did we like it, we liked it twice. There, look at these reloads there on GameStop. I mean, let's go. We got to take a piece out there at the 50 period at that 21.20. We talked about that, but there it goes now back
WYSA.
up to the upside. It's GameStop. You can see the
BWEN.
stats at the bottom. Well, Neil's flat. Look at me. Long right now, GME. Short Intel. So right now, we'll go banger on AMD today. Huge trade. This is P&L number 1, despite what it looks like, because these fills were just accidents, and we got out of them immediately. So that's P&L number 1. P&L 2 here, GameStop, as it keeps going. Don't want to keep saying that because it may not be. Robinhood, still now
CDE.
higher than GameStop because we're out of it and realized on Robinhood. Right there today. The number 1
BWEN.
P&L to the downside on the show. I can't have the top 3 or 4 without having the worst one, right?
SOXS.
There's FFIE, the most lost money today, FFIE. And then Intel as well, just hanging out right now, trying to get lower. I honestly, oh my, what did we just wick down to that? Because I should have put a bid there. All right, let's put a bid at 94 if that just happened. I don't know. I'm at 93. like as if. So let's change
WIMI.
that to 94 right now and just hope that we start to get going on this. Like, look at that move all the way back up. It's really too bad because, like Neil
V-shaped
mentioned
bobble,
there with
great.
ARM and all that kind of stuff, it would have been nice to have the other ones and not Intel. I'm not even sure why we indicated Intel, but yeah, with AMD finally coming back
Probably
up.
at 31.
Reddit's,
30.
yeah, it was
Even
hitting the.
lower.
I mean, I do know why I'm in it. It came. I mean, it was breaking view up, which got me interested in the first place, and then it just ripped to the 200. I thought it would fade, but
Alibaba is
ASTS.
doing it again.
oh yeah.
So like I love some Alibaba. I added over 80 because I wanted it to close above the 200 on the daily, but that's not a day trade. Now you're breaking out the high at 88 in earnest. The dip buy obviously doesn't come in today. I liked 86.5. It went to 87. So I guess you could add like 87.
IPW.
Now the breakout looks like it's all right. Now if we're in breakout mode, I zoomed out too far. Like 88.30. 88.40 was the high at the open. So if we're looking breakout and not
BWEN.
dip into VWAP, a pullback into 88.50 to join is going to have to be the jam on this one. AMC's moving as well. I see a lot of people talking about it, but Alibaba just broke the top, and I want to play the first available dip. I'm going to assume that ARM's not moving, otherwise I would have gotten the short at some point. Like, how can that stock still be going down?
IPW.
I will be. Sean should have played his sticky note AMD trade. What was my sticky note AMD trade, anyways? 164 long. Did we get down there? Yeah. AMD gets right to 164. Wow. And I'm sitting here wondering what the heck is going on with Intel, and I just stare right in the face my #1 trade idea, not even paying attention to it. So this is the thing.
IPW.
Look, I love doing the show, but like, I mean, it's just we should be more focused on what trades we actually have listed
WB.
down there, and not some random ones that we got into it. Look, it's a net positive day, so everything is fine despite us being in the hole early. I just told you FFIE is the most read name, and we're still up. So I mean, it's been a good day for us so far. It's just. Man, why'd you have to bring that up, my guy? Who did that?
You gotta
I'm
see them,
just
though.
gonna
I mean,
ban them
what
right
it
now.
is.
No, I should have put my bid. I mean, it is what it is, but it isn't what it is because that's my trade. So FSRN right there. It's just like Robinhood. That's my trade. I put it on. I forgot to put that bid down there. I got to know it when it was tanking. FSRN again on pink sheets right there. Look at that. We're almost back into the money right now.
JD.
I'll probably
CENX.
just get out. I mean, I don't know. Some of these names just continue to go, man. 41 million shares, FSRN.
AKA.
I wouldn't trade this because it's 10 cents, and I don't really do that. But Fisker, remember I was just joking. I put $300 at 13 cents just for fun. I mean, it's almost back, so maybe I'm only down like $30 now right now. So nice move back, maybe a little more. Nice move back to the upside there for Fisker. Just bring it to everybody's attention. The other trade that we wrote down was 172 long on Tesla. We still have that bid down there, so 172.25
JD.
there for Tesla. Good outs for us, maybe on GME, but you know we have half now left, so half of our GME position left, and yeah. Pretty good day. I think today if Scheffler, I mean, he can never become the GOAT because Tiger's there. I wouldn't say no chance. But for right now,
I think no chance.
yeah, well, some people don't even think Tiger's the GOAT. So right now, but if he could somehow even win the PGA or maybe even shoot below par today, then I think that man instantly
COSM.
right
Dude, you
up
get
there.
arrested and
WB.
win. That's the best
Right.
story in golf in a quarter of a century. That's
Yeah,
insane.
I mean, it's just I
That's
know.
like
it's-
people still talk about Michael Jordan getting a cold and dropping 50 points.
Yeah.
You go to jail and win
I
a
know.
golf tournament.
Especially when it's like such a mental game, jail.
The amount of
golf.
the amount of credit that dude is gonna get.
You know,
I don't usually watch golf until Sunday, but I'll probably check in to see how he's doing.
Yeah,
Even
oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
care. Even I'm gonna care about it all of a sudden. If VWAP starts holding again on Reddit, I'm gonna get back into this one. But I gotta show you what just happened on
Intel.
Alibaba. Alibaba. So remember we were trying to buy the dip
HOD.
on Alibaba.
Let's go, Baba. baby.
Alibaba is absolutely flying right now. Like, good luck. And the V-shaped recovery is gigantic. It's not alone. Pinduoduo is also making a power move. Like I said, I
HOLL.
want to get back into the Reddit if it holds VWAP, but that was a big wick down and a lot of sell action on this name. I'd like to see it reestablished because we still have a
TIRX.
relatively weak market to work with here. The chips are still looking weak. ARM is
Robinhood.
not on MA, although apparently is on in the Madrid market as well. So there's that little lonely push on ARM that barely got anywhere. Again, it just does not want to go up. So it's going to wet the beak. We'll just wet the beak here in and around the 111. And give it into, that's why. You don't have locates on ARM. So 111.50 will get it out. Still nothing on FFIE at this point.
IRN.
I don't want to stick a fork in it, but it might just even be a better scalp trade off the 260 level instead of the 3 break, which I'm still
HOOD.
planning on taking. It could happen at 1 o'clock and I'd still take it. But I got to get those locates on ARM.
All right. Yeah, finally. I mean, I take it back, Intel temporarily, and I'll tell you why. So the thing about Intel
MSTR.
is I probably have 3 times the shares that I would have had on AMD. So as long as Intel cooperates, I can be sane of mind. Because this just has to pull down just a little bit more, like into these
HOOD.
mid-80s, and then all of a sudden, me choosing Intel instead isn't going to look as bad. So it's still going to look bad, but we do have more shares on this. If this can finally drop, then we'll be a little happier, but we are out of 20% of this move, as we are out of 10% there. We got out of another 10% here. And like I said, this is a held position. Leave it at that. So we have some shares on for Intel. Getting out of Robinhood, it's always easy to get out of winners because they're in the money. There goes Robinhood. All I can tell you guys is
ANY.
on the sticky note.
IBIO.
On the sticky note today, we only have
JD.
basically 4 ideas. AMD long 164, which apparently went $2 in the money. AMD's already my #1 stock today from the early long anyways. Tesla long bid at 172. That went to 172.50 or a break of 176. Neither of that happened. FFIE is on here. Bit disappointing. My #1 losing stock of the day. The only stock we have on the L side. And then we have Robinhood long. So far so good here today. It's been a great one. I'm just pending
JD.
Intel, which is going right back upside now. So yeah, this Dave's getting me a little upset. Let's go find another one. We'll look at Tesla. We'll look at Uber when we get back from, Tesla's ripping off that 172. Let's go back over to Adara.
Nice bounce here for IWM, kind of trading within a range so far this morning. Slightly positive on the day is the Russell 2000. Some individual small caps to look at. A lot of these are going to be penny stocks. We have Semtrex, CETX. This one up about 20%. Nice volume pops, about 12% short float. It is worth noting they had earnings a couple days ago. This is from Tuesday after market close. But we did also, some attention on that. No new catalyst other than this move up here in decent short float. We also have AKAN, really strong look. This is a Kanda. This is a European marijuana name, trading higher off of
JD.
the overall strength in wheat stocks on that rescheduling news. And last but not least, we have IPW, iPower. Much like what we saw with CETX, this one is an earnings name from Tuesday. No new catalyst or news on this, but continuing to the upside, IPW, guys.
So was
HOOD.
Alibaba. Obviously, everyone can see that. It's going to make